probably October. It's just the weather at that time of year. It's sort of, sometimes in the summer, a lot of time you're sitting there and you know you're not going to catch because the temperature's wrong. You know, it's too hot. It's the wrong part of the day. Whereas a lot of the time in October, it feels like you could get a bite at any time. You know, it's overcast. It's cool. There's a good chance they're on the bottom. So yeah, October is probably one of the greatest months. But I like April, although I haven't caught many real big ones in April. Again, I like that because they've first woken up. They're hungry, they're looking for food pre-spawning, so yeah, October closely followed by April, I'd say. Yeah, well, Chunky was probably the biggest buzz because it was my first 40 and I was at Yateley and I didn't think I was going to catch and stuff. So yeah, that was the most exhilarating at the time, just purely because I didn't believe I was capable. But other than that, the client from the spring just gone, just you see the pictures and you see how amazing it looks, and I've seen some great pictures of it and I'm happy with the pictures I've got. But seeing it on the bank, it was a totally different gravy. You know, I've seen the black mirror on the bank, and I genuinely believe that the client's a better looking fish. You know, if you designed your own carp, or if I designed my own carp, it wouldn't be as nice as that one. You know, it was like a fully scaled at the front end with a linear through the middle with pearly scales on its belly, an angry face, really red, loads of reds, golds and browns. Yeah, it's just, yeah, he's the perfect carp if you ask me. Yeah, everybody wants to know about rigs. You know, it's like people just assume that the rigs catch the fish for you. I look at rigs like tools. To me, they're a tool to present a bait over the bottom that you decide to fish over. And if they don't tangle, and the bait's visible to the fish, and you wind them in on them, then that's good enough for me. You know, there's masses of great components out there. But people seem to think that it's the rig that catch the fish, and what I try to explain to them, it's if you put the bait on the right spot and it's not tangled, and you've got a sharp hook and you've got something on the end that they want to eat, then you've stacked the odds heavily in your favour, and whether it's got a sliding ring or a piece of shrink tube on it is neither here nor there to me. Both, you know, they've all got their time. You know, if I'm fishing to a spot, then onto a clip without doubt, and if I'm casting to a showing fish, then it's feather and stop. You know, the only time that I don't feel the lead down to try and feel the bottom would be when I'm trying to skid it in under something, whether I'll be skidding under pads or skidding in under under a bush on an island. You know, and I've caught plenty of fish doing that. But for every other type of fishing, I would definitely feather onto a clip or feather and stop and feel it down. I've always found the harder the drop the better. I can't think of any water that I've ever fished where I've particularly searched out the dirtier, muckier spots. You know, if you're on an estate lake where it's silty, the firmer silt has always done me the bites. If you're fishing somewhere that's got the odd gravel patch, the gravel patch has always done me the bites. Yeah, I can't think of the only instance of fishing in the dirt, would be at St John's. In the summer down the shallows, you've got a lot of weed down there, and people avoid that weed, and a choddy in that weed gets picked up much quicker than it will down the other end in the deep water. But yeah, generally a hard drop's the one. Depends. There's a fine line, isn't there? Say for example, when I fished at the North Met, there was an out of bounds area, and if you fished in there, you would have caught one on the crab line. You could have hooked on a bit of herring with a bright orange rope attached to it, and the carp would have dragged you off the top of the burdock. So catching them out of there would have meant nothing to me. But at the same time, if I could get a sneaky side cast down from the nearest swim and into there, then I would say that's good angling, you know, and that would be sort of classed as stroke pulling maybe, you know. But yeah, I think there's a fine line. If you're doing something that no one else is allowed to do, then yeah, you could say that's stroke pulling. But it just depends, doesn't it? You know, if you're not allowed tiger nuts and you've got one on and you catch one, so what? I wouldn't think twice about that. And in the past, I have night fish waters which are day only, and that is definitely cheating. But I still enjoyed it.